Hey everybody, my name's Sherry McCachran and I'm a life coach and a health coach, and thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. The topic of today's video is, do you have belly fat or belly inflammation? So if you are someone who tends to carry a lot of their weight through their midsection and just always wishes for that flatter looking tummy, I hope this video is very interesting to you. It's a topic that's near and dear to my heart because my whole life I always struggled with having this really large belly in proportion to my body. I've never really had much of a weight problem my whole life, so I never thought too much about losing weight, but I always noticed ever since I was even a little girl that I had this really large belly that was disproportionate to the size of me, and I never understood it until I started to learn about nutrition and health and all that good stuff. So first of all, let's talk about what inflammation is. So inflammation is simply your body's response to heal. So think, if you will, about a cut or a scrape that you may get on your hand, and if it gets a little dirty and infected, what you'll see is inflammation happening. It'll start to get swollen and red, and all that is your body sending fighter cells and lymphatic fluid to carry the toxins out of your body so that your cells can heal and go on to operate normally. Throughout the rest of our body and every single cell within our body, the healing response is the same. If we have a foreign invader or a toxic substance that the cells are exposed to, the healing response is the same. Those fighter cells, that lymphatic fluid goes in there in the effort to remove the foreign invader so the cell can continue to function properly. Now, let's talk about what's going on within your abdominal cavity. We got two things going on. Number one, we all know the abdominal cavity is a great place to store excess body fat. If you're somebody that's struggling with a little bit of extra weight or a lot of extra weight, you're probably seeing a lot of it in your abdominal area. Now, to burn body fat, you simply have to consume less calories than you burn every day. But this video is not about burning body fat, it's about reducing inflammation. So besides all of the body fat that we have in our abdominal section, we also have to remember that the majority of our vital organs are housed in this area. So we have our stomach, we have our kidneys, we have our liver, our gallbladder, our bladder, our reproductive organs. We have our large and small intestine, and those two organs alone are approximately 30 feet in length. So picture 30 feet in length of those intestines all tangled up inside our abdominal cavity. Now, if we have even a little bit of inflammation throughout that whole entire area, what you will see is, just like in the hand example, your body will send fighter cells and lymphatic fluid to surround all of that tissue in the hopes of removing those toxins and getting them out of your body. But if we're creating inflammation from the food choices that we eat, and we continue to eat the same food over and over again that are giving our bodies this response, what you're going to see is that entire section just starting to become enlarged and extending and pushing out on your skin, and it's going to be very difficult to have that nice flat tummy that we all really want to have. So what causes inflammation to our cells? So we want to think about everything that we take into our body is it designed in terms of food, particularly for this video at least. Is it a food that our body was designed to eat? So every time you eat something, I want you to think to yourself, is this a food that our body was designed to eat? Our body was designed in nature to eat foods grown in nature that has evolved over millions of years. And the food sources that so many of us are eating these days are not created in nature, they're created in manufacturing labs. And in fact, I like to call them food-like substances because most of the things created in labs are not actually food. They're materials designed to look, taste, and smell like food. And when we eat them, our body interprets them as a foreign invader, because that's what they are, and has this immune response to them. So these are things like our processed foods, fast foods, all the food additives, the artificial sweeteners, artificial colors, artificial flavors, preservatives, pesticides, herbicides, those chemicals or those ingredients on the labels that none of us know how to pronounce, let alone know what kind of a response they're going to do to the insides of our bodies. These are the things that are going to evoke that immune response and end up causing that chronic inflammation within our body. So in order to reduce this, what we want to do is eat foods created in nature. These are fresh, whole fruits and vegetables, grains, nuts, seeds. If you're going to eat meat, just make sure you're getting your meat from conscientious farmers. You don't want to be eating meat grown in commercialized farming because there's a whole other host of issues that goes along with that. That's probably a topic for another video. But eat foods that are organically grown if possible. I know it can be difficult. Non-GMO foods, foods grown in nature. So every time you eat something, just ask yourself, is this a food grown in nature or a food manufactured in a lab? If you're eating so many foods manufactured in labs, your body is going to have this chronic immune response all the time. You're going to have belly inflammation. And besides that fact, you're going to be putting a toxic load on your body that it can't handle. So our bodies have this amazing, immense ability to heal, but we can only handle so much. So once we start overloading our body with toxicity or inflammation, once we reach our peak, then what we start to see is problems occurring. So we're having organs not functioning properly, cells not functioning properly, disease start to set in, pain and discomfort and disabilities. So keep it really simple. Drink really clean water, give your cells all the nutrients that they need from fresh, whole organic foods, and watch your midsection shrink and get smaller and flatter every day. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up down below, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.